Hello, hello, and welcome, guys, to another wonderful interview that I have been so blessed and waiting for to do. I have to tell you, I'm so excited. I'm really excited for today's. I was bummed kind of with last year when it didn't happen, and that's okay, because life happens, life gets in the way. And I've told you, if you're open to and accepting that change is inevitable and that pivoting may be part of your process, you open yourself up to new possibilities and new opportunities. And I'm just so blessed and happy that my wonderful new friend has been able to make some time for us today because she's really super busy. She's super successful. I love what she does. I love where her life is going, and I can't wait for her to be able to share that. Now, you all know me as Coach Leslie. I'm your life coach, and I help you achieve self-awareness around your emotional triggers through shifting your mindset so you can make better decisions when you respond, which then allows you to bring more balance, peace, and harmony into your life. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my relationship with Mihaela, how I met Mihaela. So we met online. Facebook is awesome, right? I know a lot of people don't like Facebook today because of all the political stuff that's going back and forth. But you know what? I actually love it because I have been able to make so many new friendships, contacts. Some of you I met through Facebook and had the pleasure of meeting in person. So we know the power of connection through social media. And that's how I met Mihaela. I had the pleasure of being asked to be on her show a few months ago, and it was just awesome. It was just really nice to be able to talk with someone who was kind of in the same space, but a little bit different. And we just got to know each other a little bit more. And our friendship has blossomed, of course, over the past few months. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my wonderful new friend. Mihaela she is a self-taught artist, which is amazing. You're going to get to know her about that. Best-selling author, entrepreneur, and healer and I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly. Hopefully you'll be able to tell me when you come on, but I'm going to just say Bournemouth, Dorset in the UK, who has risen to her authentic self through a journey of empowerment during the 2020 lockdown. So by taking action and replacing self-doubt with love and compassion, she's become the artist and spiritual leader she was meant to be. She's now on a mission to create awareness and teach people how to tap into their true potential so they can heal themselves and live a joyful and purposeful life. Love that. For Mihaela, art is a healing process that helped her find balance and joy in everyday life. Her art is an abstract interpretation of the real world combined with realistic elements through which she expresses deep emotions and her own spiritual journey. Her value statement, wow, I love this, is art is food for the soul. I create art to heal myself and to offer a piece of joy in someone's life. So I am so happy to be able to introduce you to my wonderful new friend. Please help me welcome Ms. Mihaela. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Leslie. I'm so happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me and offer me the opportunity to be here with you and have a wonderful chat. And probably we will discuss amazing stuff, and all your people will be able to get something good for their life from our conversation.
Of course. I did for sure when we first had the wonderful interview that we had. I felt it was like really, really good. And for me, I received so much from that, especially, with meeting you and just getting to know someone else and having their perspective on life. So, what I like to do before we get started is I like to have like a few rapid fire questions. It's just nice to get to know someone personally before you dive deep into what they do, right? So I feel like it gives us a window into who they are as a person. So I think I'm getting a little bit of background noise. So I'm just going to make sure that I turn off any Facebook and stuff like that. Okay, good. So first question, describe yourself using 3 words.
Oh my God.
They're fun
3
questions.
words. Okay. I am compassionate. I'm an empath, and I would say aware.
Yeah, I mean that's really important too, right? Especially with what we both do. But the whole thing about impact, we'll have to have a conversation around that because I know that has some challenges of its own. But we'll talk. You and I will talk offline about that.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so what's your favorite movie ever, or what's your favorite movie now?
Favorite movie? Well, I have some movies. I would not say that I have a favorite one. But let's say, well, I've watched Mandalorian now, the last one.
Okay.
I don't watch a lot of movies, to be honest. I rather do something else. I might not be updated with. I might not be up to date with the latest movies. One of the movies that actually I watch it many times is The Day After Tomorrow. I don't know if
Yes, I've
it's
seen
so
that
well
several
known.
times.
It's a movie that I watched it probably many more times than others.
Okay, cool. All right, that's good. Like I said, there's no wrong answers. I just was curious.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Dark chocolate.
Okay. I know you're thinking like, where's she going with these questions?
It's fun. I like it. I mean, it's an amazing icebreaker.
Sure, of course. Okay, so question number 4: if you could have any 3 people and they can be dead or alive over for dinner, who would they be?
To have them for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely have Oprah, probably.
Yeah.
I would have a Romanian artist. It's called Grigorescu.
Okay.
I would love to have him for dinner. He's not alive anymore, but I would love to have him. And I really admire Tony Robbins.
Okay.
So I would probably have him.
Okay.
But I would replace him with Sadhguru.
Okay. That's okay.
Now lately. Okay.
Okay. Okay. What would you say has been your greatest accomplishment in your life?
Sorry, it was a noise and I didn't get it.
Okay, so what would you say has been your greatest accomplishment in your life?
Right. 3, 1, the greatest accomplishment is that I'm now in my 40s and I am super happy. I think the biggest goal in life for each person is to be happy. And I think for me, this is a great accomplishment, to be happy. I don't measure, I mean, all the other stuff that I do in life, like achieving something in my career or achieving something, there are things that help in life, but I prefer to look at how joyful I am and how happy I am every day and content with my life. And I think now I must say it's one of my greatest accomplishments.
Good. Yeah, I mean, because honestly, every moment is the present moment, and that's where you really live your life, is in the present. And when you can actually embrace that, that's very nice. Okay, so now
it's not something that you get to so easily, but yeah. Let's not get in details because we want to have these rapid fire questions.
Okay, of course, absolutely. What would you say has been your greatest lesson that you've learned?
The greatest lesson I've learned is that is to not identify myself with a job or with a business, and be able to let go and continue to live my life without having regrets.
Beautiful.
That was the greatest.
Beautiful. Okay. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Let me think which one is the best.
Or a piece of advice that resonated with you?
Yeah. I think it's the same. I've received that from a friend of mine who is a healer. And the piece of advice was to help me. I mean, she said, you are a giver, you give so much to everyone, but I think it's time to think about yourself as well and give yourself permission to receive. And that is quite broad. I mean, when you apply that in your life, you have to give yourself permission to receive in many areas. And for me, it was life changing because I was always ready to help everyone, but I did not give myself permission to receive, and I was like blocking myself and my own happiness and my own success, because and it's something that comes have the roots probably in the childhood, when there are so many things that happen, and probably I grow up with a mentality that I don't deserve the help that other people wanted to give it to me, but I didn't receive it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't accept it. So that was one of the best, and this changed my life a few years ago.
Yeah, well, self-love is important. Okay, so name a book you read that positively shaped you, or one that you're reading now.
A book. One of the books that really helped me in my spiritual journey, it was a book from Sadhguru. I can't remember in English now the name.
Well, maybe we can post
life engineering or something like that.
Okay.
It's about discovering your joy. Of course, it's from a yogi perspective, and I don't practice yoga, but it touched me in many ways, and it helped me to go inside and find a lot of things that I never knew exist. And it helped me to live my life joyful, no matter what. That was a shift from when I read that book.
Very good. Okay, last question. If you had a spirit animal, what would it be?
If I have a spirit
animal?
Oh, an animal. It will be the horse. That's easy to answer.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being gracious and answering them. I know sometimes it can be a little, it can it can throw you off a little bit if you're not sure where it's going. But I love the fact that you were open and honest about your answers, and just sharing with us, because it's, like I said, it's nice to get to know someone more on a personal level before you start talking about the other stuff that we're going to be talking about today. So I really appreciate that. So today's topic is about embracing your creative side, and you've definitely done that. I want to just dive in and talk about how you've been able to not only use art as a way to express yourself, but also how you've been able to tap into your emotions through your art, and how it's impacted your life spiritually, emotionally, and financially. So with that being said, first tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with what you do and why. And then let's lean into the creative piece and how you've been able to tap into it to help you and take it a step further and have the financial benefits from it. So does that sound good for you?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, the floor is yours.
So at the moment, I'm doing art as a part-time occupation, I would say. I paint, and I would call myself an emerging artist. But a part of this, I'm a digital marketer as a profession. I help businesses to market their services through paid traffic. And I work with clients, and now I work with an agency. And it's a job that I love. I do that for more than 6 years, but it's super, super stressful. I mean, there are a lot. It has a lot of influence on my mental load. It's a lot of dealing with big budgets, with clients, with a lot of numbers and forecasting. And art came into my life a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, because I think we all have a turning point or something in life that can trigger our creative part. But what I would like to say is that probably we don't have to wait for that, because I've learned my lesson that how important it is to give ourselves permission to be creative. I think we are all creative by nature, and we live in a society that have to put us in a box. You are an engineer, you are a marketer, you are a doctor, a coach, or whatever. But I think at the core, we will all dream to create something. And I think what we can see is how many entrepreneurs are starting now to thrive and be around us. Imagine how many you know and how many I knew only through Facebook.
Yes.
How many women entrepreneurs I've interviewed, and I remained in touch with them. And entrepreneurship itself, it's a creative part of us. It's actually our creativity that come at the surface and lead us to create a business. How many businesses, when you look around, are so different than what you can imagine? It's a standard business. And that's because people get to be more creative, and they have tools now to promote their creativity better. And I really think it's amazing. I look around and I'm amazed. I like it. And because, I'm sorry, they are my kids. They are in the other room and I can hear them.
That's life.
I mean, yeah, my kids, my son is 18, almost 18, and he's with a friend. So let me come back to what I wanted to say. So for me, creativity, I can see creativity in many areas of life. So entrepreneurship for me, it's a creative job. Also, I'm not going to be able probably to speak for many other people, but I can speak from my own experience. When I started to paint, I was on a turning point in my life. I had a business, a transport business that I was running for years, and I've lost it in 2018. And for the first time in my life, I was like down, depressed. You could not speak with me. Sometimes that's the thing, we identify ourselves with our job, with our business, and when we lose our business, which can happen to anyone, we can lose our job, we can lose our business, we feel that we lose our identity. And that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned, that we should not identify with something like that, because it's very difficult to get out of it. For me, it was a hell of a journey to be able to get back on my feet again, emotionally speaking, and financially, of course, that's another part. But financially, I think in a society like ours, if you have a good skill, it's always easy to come back financially. But I think the emotional part is the most difficult to manage. And be again, to feel whole again, because that was the problem at that moment, because I was identifying myself for years with what I did. When I lost it, it was like we lost someone. And fortunately, I started to have an interest in art. I'm not saying that is the first time when I pick up a brush in 2018, because it's not. I used to paint when I was a teenager. I used to paint a lot. I wanted to go to the art school, but I lived in a family where parents can decide for you, at least can. In Romania, it was very important to respect your parents' desire in what school you are going to have. And my mother wanted me to do something else, and she did not allow me to go to this art school. So, life happens. I never pursued this dream anymore, although I knew I have a talent. So when I lost the business, it was that moment when I said, I have to do something, otherwise I'm going to go crazy. And I did pick up the brush and I started to paint. I did not realize at that moment, I did not have the intention to heal myself, or I did not realize that it's going to help me so much. But now looking back, I know exactly that was it was my safe, how to say?
Like your safe haven almost.
Yeah, because I've been able to go, when I paint, effectively, I think my brain just heal itself. After 1 hour, 2 hours of painting, you feel less you feel that you don't have that pressure on your chest when you have it. I don't think I can explain that, I don't know, scientifically, but I know from my own experience how much it helped me. In a month or two, it was like I was another person. And since then, I never stopped painting, although I continue to have another activity as a full-time job. I continue to have clients. I started again another business, trying to help other businesses to promote themselves. And I started to earn money from that. So it was not the financial part, but I think having this tool, having this passion for painting, and having taking the time to do this for myself, it helped me to come back on my feet emotionally. I've been able to sleep better in the night. I've been able to find my joy again. When I started, I never thought it's going to be something that is going to become as a profession. Never thought of that. I just continue to paint for myself. In time, people started to see my paintings. People started to buy my paintings. I think it's because for me, painting was an emotional healing process. Each painting was so charged with my emotional, I don't know how to say,
It was like your emotional journey, maybe.
Yeah, and they had a meaning, and I shared that meaning and that process with people on Facebook. I don't know, people resonated with, and it just started to pick up. It just started to have success. All of a sudden, I had a lot of people coming to my page and liking my page. I joined an art group, and people were very, very interested in my art. Last year, just before the lockdown, I've had my first. I've had my art exposed in a gallery here in Bournemouth, because you were wondering how to pronounce is Bournemouth.
Okay.
And from there, it just happened to continue to paint up. So probably, I would not say every day, but a few times a week, I paint. Although I have full time, I work with my clients. It's not painting, but it's what I can say. It's that it doesn't matter if you sell a painting or not. It doesn't matter if this is a job. I wouldn't even know if become a job, it will still be a healing process. I don't know. What I can say is that now for me, it's a lifeboat, because last year in November, just before we had to have our interview the first time, I've experienced burnout. I was unable to do anything. on my job, on my clients. And the only moment I could function as a person was when I took the brush and paint. And I had to do that every day in order to be able to get sane by the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I've followed an entire holistic treatment with a therapist, and with together with painting every day, I've been able to get out of this and be healthy. But the reason I want to share this is because probably each of us have a creative part, and we tend to forget about it, and we tend to not give it the attention that probably we should give, because we are so concerned about having a job, doing all those things that society expects from us, and we don't find the time to do something, or we think if we have to be perfect, or we think we have to compare ourselves with big artists or with other people who have success. That's not important. Important is how much of an impact can have in your life if you embrace your creative part, because it has impact on every part of your life. I mean, at least in mine. Having this and having the opportunity to do this every day, I transform half of my living room in a studio, in an art studio. It helped me to thrive in other areas of my life. Otherwise, I think I couldn't imagine all this. The past year with lockdown and everything. What can you do? I think I'm not that person that can watch movies one after another. I read, but I'm not gonna say that I read that much because of my problems with my eyes. If I read more than, I don't know, 3 chapters in an evening, I can't more. I can say that I listen to audiobooks a lot. One of them, I listen a lot from books from Dr. Joe Dispenza. I really enjoy to listen. And but I do that while I paint, or but without having the art, I don't know what I would have done during the lockdown. First in March, and now again in the UK we have a lot. We had a lot. This is the 3rd one. I'm not sure how is in the US now. How is it?
Pretty bad. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah,
the same. Still lockdown. So yeah, for me, it was something that really helped me in all the areas in my life. So when I feel I'm over here with overloaded with information, with forecasts, with numbers, sometimes I feel I can't concentrate 1 minute more on my clients or on my job. I just leave everything. I go to my easel. I paint something. I don't have to finish a painting in one day. Sometimes I paint for a week or 2 or weeks on a painting. But the simple fact that I take the brush and I go there, because I look at it now, it takes everything away from my head. And when I come back, I'm fresh, and I can thrive in anything I want to thrive.
I love that. And you're so inspiring in that, because we've had our own conversation around this, where I also, when I was younger, I used to draw every single day, like from the moment I got up in the morning before going to school. As soon as I came home from school and finished my homework, I was back at drawing. It didn't matter whatever it was. It just was, for me, I think at the time, because I was going through a lot of emotional trauma events in my life, that it was an escape for me. And not so much an escape, but I think it was healing for me to have something that I loved to do. And then I stopped it, and I've been thinking really a lot about picking it back up again, and you've inspired me on that. And I really, truly thank you for that, because watching you and learning from you about this and how it's helped you, just having this conversation with you now has really enlightened me more on the power behind being creative. And it doesn't even have to be through painting. It even could be through writing, but it's
exactly
just
anything that could be anything. For me, was painting. For other people, is drawing. For other people, is just making a craft, making something that will help them to not effectively to wipe out all the worries, everything.
Yeah.
If you would have asked me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I wouldn't know. I would want to have someone to tell me that how important is to let our creative side to be.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if, because many people try to create, I mean, they think if they start painting or if they start crafting something or drawing, it have to become a business. It doesn't have to become a business. It's your hobby. It's something that it helps you heal, like you do your journaling in the morning if you are doing, or anything that help you to get rid of the mental load, because we are full with a lot of information every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when we had our conversation, you were talking about
Decluttering your mind.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's very important, but I think we are not aware of that.
No.
And yeah, I don't know what happened with the word. Like you say, why don't you draw now? Just pick up something and draw.
I know. It's just
Yeah.
it's just taking the time to really do it. And so for me right now, I have actually picked up the written word. I'm actually writing a lot more. And so
Right.
that's my creative outlet. And I love to write. Not anything particularly for public consumption, but it's more just for me. It's an escape, and not an escape, I should say. It's a healing. The word escape for me doesn't really mean like I'm escaping from reality. For me, it just means like escaping from all of the background noise, all of the outside noise, and just be practicing present moment awareness and just being with myself and doing what.
Exactly. I think that's what creativity does. It helps you a lot to be in the moment, because
Mm-hmm.
you can only create something if you are present
Mm-hmm.
there 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we always have our mind full with what we are going to do tomorrow, or why did I did that yesterday. That's the human mind.
Yeah, exactly. I have enjoyed this thoroughly. I'm so happy. I hope one day I'll be able to come and see you once all of this craziness in the world
Oh,
is changed.
yeah.
Well, we have a better understanding and everyone's able to be vaccinated and feeling better. And then there's restrictions lifted. I definitely would love to come visit you one day. So you might get
Nice.
a little prompt on Facebook, be messaging you saying, I'm going to be coming over that way and I'd love to see you. Because I've never been, so it'd be
That
fun.
will be nice, because in the summer it's very nice. I live 10 minutes walking from the sea.
Okay. Oh, lovely.
Uh, I mean, I feel very lucky to live so close to the sea, although the weather is not necessarily very appealing to
Yeah.
go to the beach, but it's still the connection with the nature is so close. I just walk out of my house and I go there. I have to go through a park just to go to the beach. It's absolutely healing to have a walk. It's very nice. So I think you will love it.
Yeah,
In the
absolutely.
summer.
Yeah, so before we wrap up, I just wanted to ask you. So I know that you have like the art piece, and that's part of what you also have as a business. But I know you have this other thing. Do you have anything that's coming up that maybe might be interesting to my group?
Um, Connected with what I do,
Mm-hmm.
or yeah.
Yeah. Anything at all?
Um, well, yeah, what I do is, I think I would rather speak about more about healing and
Mm-hmm.
energy healing, than because I do that as well.
Okay.
I'm a healer, and I practice Reiki. The same for myself, and I believe sharing from this will be more helpful,
Mm-hmm.
more than sharing from advertising tips.
Okay.
I'm not sure, in your group probably there are more entrepreneurs or people who are trying to make their life better.
I think well, my group is really more about emotional healing, and
More about,
yeah, and I think it's
yeah.
a lot of it is through our mindset work and shifting our perspectives around our beliefs that we've carried,
That's
especially as we've been younger, and we've carried them into our adulthood. And it's just learning how to shift the old way, in other words, the younger mind's interpretation, and actually leveling it up into the adult mind's interpretation of how to respond to your emotional triggers. And I think so that's really what I do. So I definitely want people to be able to reach you, and so I'd love to we'll get once we go offline. I'm going to reach out to you, and we'll see about getting you to do something so that I can have a units in my group, a section in my group where people can go to find you. And they can find your information, maybe just have you do like a little video saying who you are, what you do, what you're offering, and then they can just click on there and they can reach out to you directly. I have no problem having that because I feel like I offer what I offer, and I bring people into my group that have a similar background, but they have something also that they do that could be equally beneficial to the ladies. So yeah, we'll talk more about that offline. But I want to say thank you so much for taking your time today. I know it's you are 5 hours ahead, so it's 6:30 there. So yeah. I'm sure you might have to get dinner ready. Everyone's probably waiting for you to unfortunately, moms are still expected, I guess, to cook. My husband, actually, by the way, is my cook. I just want you to know. He's working breakfast.
You are so happy.
Dinner. I'm very
to be honest. My son is my cook. It's our cook. Nice. He's absolutely amazing in the kitchen. Really, absolutely, and we are so pleased with that. He's passionate about this. But today, my husband did the dinner, so he's
very nice. Very nice. Well, thank you again so much for coming on. I appreciate it. And I'll be reaching out to you. Ladies, I hope you enjoyed this. It was such a pleasure to have Mihaela come on and share with us. And I will be sure to let you know once I've posted the information so you can reach out to her directly. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you guys again.
And you too. And thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Mihaela. Bye, guys.
Bye.